here, okay?
Keep going, come on.
And now,
we're gonna show you game mode. That's all you have to say.
Alright, now we're gonna show you. Now we're gonna show you part.
Piper didn't directly do anything to me. She's a victim. But with that being said, there's a lot of bad memories that come from that and come from, you know what I mean? And that's like at the end of the day, her mom, like that's blood. So I'm not gonna, even mess with that.
So, Piper Rockelle just revealed the truth, and it's worse than anyone thought. Her mom's boyfriend, Hunter Hill, the same guy fans were told was her big brother, wasn't just hanging around to help with YouTube. He was living in her house, filming her nonstop, and according to leaks and people close to Piper, crossing lines no one expected. For years, everyone focused on Tiffany Smith mistreating the other squad kids. The lawsuits, the Netflix doc, Sophie, Fergi, and Gavin Magnus telling their stories, we've heard it all. But Piper, the one who lived there full time, she was right in the middle of it, with no way to leave, even as the people running her career were the ones hurting her. And now, with Hunter suddenly disappearing from her channel, Tiffany facing a $1.85 million settlement, and Piper dropping cryptic posts about telling her truth soon, fans are asking the question nobody wanted to touch. Was Piper not only caught up in this mess, but the very first victim? And to make it worse, Piper herself has been teasing what's coming. Just look at this post where she hints she's finally ready to talk after years of silence.
Silence is my trade. Shut up. Lockjaw.
This is where it all starts. For years, the internet knew Hunter Hill as Piper's big brother. He popped up in videos, squad thumbnails, skits, always framed as a goofy, protective sibling figure who kept Piper safe while Tiffany ran the business. But behind the scenes, Hunter wasn't her brother. He was Tiffany's boyfriend, a 20-year-old man living under the same roof as a teenage girl, filming her and her friends every single day while millions of viewers thought he was just family. That brother story wasn't just bad branding. It was calculated. Plus, it normalized Hunter's constant presence. Nobody questioned why he was around 24/7 or why he was in the middle of every single squad shoot and decision. Here's how Tiffany sold the lie, and watch how Hunter is introduced as her brother, even as he's clearly an adult running the set.
My sister Piper.
I have a brother from the same dad that I do not know. Because I love pranking my brother.
And when parents of other squad kids started whispering about how strange it was, Tiffany brushed it off. The big brother narrative made Hunter look harmless, and more importantly, it kept the money coming in. Now with lawsuits, leaks, and Netflix's Bad Influence documentary pulling back the curtain, fans see that role for what it was: a setup. A way for Hunter to embed himself into Piper's life without raising alarms. And once Hunter had that role secured, the control he had over Piper didn't just stop at living in the same house. He controlled Piper's entire career, and that made him impossible to escape. Former squad members revealed Hunter had the passwords to every channel, including Piper's. He controlled uploads, edits, schedules, and even who got featured in what videos. If you wanted to be in the squad, you had to go through Hunter. For Piper, that meant every move, personal and professional, had to be approved by him. If she wanted a break, he could stall her uploads and risk tanking her momentum. If she disagreed on a video, he had the final say on what went live. And to really see how deep his control went, just look at this clip. It's Hunter and Piper out in public, and notice who's behind the camera directing every moment, even when the cameras are supposed to be off.
I used to ball in high school, played in Australia, overseas.
I like that. You can shoot?
I can pass, but I can shoot too. Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't have too much height. Are you sure you know?
Hey, us short guys, we can ball, right?
Heart over height. That's what I always say.
Over height.
Best out of 5 competition. You just got to beat somebody that I'm going to pick. Is that cool?
You?
It's not me.
Who's the biggest man?
It's somebody a little smaller than me.
I don't know. I got the handles, dog. I
You
don't
got
know.
the handles?
I got the handles.
Oh, you're going to love this guy.
And y'all, even the parents knew. They didn't like how much control Hunter had, but they kept quiet because his edits were keeping their kids' channels booming. They chose views over pulling their kids out. For Piper, that control meant Hunter wasn't just her cameraman. He was her editor, her gatekeeper, and her mom's partner all at once. There was no separating her career from him and no way to escape his influence. And as much power as that gave him behind the scenes, what Hunter and Tiffany did with Piper on camera is what made fans start to question everything. Because for years, Piper's channel leaned on crush challenges, fake dating skits, and thumbnails that made her, an underage person, look older and more flirty than she was. And every single time, Hunter was behind the camera, directing the shots, approving the outfits, and editing the final videos for millions to see. The other parents even said it. Hunter had control over every edit, and Tiffany, she didn't care because those videos were the ones raking in the views and the brand deals. Money first, kids second. And these are the kinds of videos he was directing. Piper, still underage, styled and posed like this for views.
Got it. Okay, we got that. Get in character! Get in character! Okay. I need the photo. I need the photo. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
30 seconds.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
go.
And then it's a little bit more of a smurf. Okay, you guys are actually nailing this.
3,
Okay.
2,
Okay, I'm gonna just...
1.
Got it!
Fans had already been uneasy, but one comment from a bad influence reaction thread summed up the discomfort. Also, am I the only one that found it weird there were installed cameras in the bathrooms and bedrooms? Even if Tiffany called them security cameras, the fact viewers even noticed shows how far things had gone. Even private spaces didn't feel private. And if you thought Hunter's control was bad, Tiffany's behavior toward Piper made it worse. Since Piper was 9, Tiffany had been pushing her into content that crossed various lines. She bragged about being the pimp of YouTube and even joked that she made kiddie adult videos. Piper's early uploads, bath challenges, where Tiffany had her, a literal child, covered in maple syrup and other substances for clicks. And if you need a reminder of just how far Tiffany pushed it, here's one of those videos that is still floating around.
So nice. It's on your nose. Oh! Hunter.
What am I saying? Afros. Afros.
You have to develop it before you put it on. And then... Wait.
That's a nice afro.
Let's see. Okay, ready?
By 13, Piper had 8 million subscribers, pulling in as much as $625,000 a month. But Tiffany's tactics didn't stop there. One squad mom even said Tiffany asked her to mail Piper's soiled training bras to older men who liked to smell this stuff. Another squad member said Tiffany made gross comments about her body and even tried to touch her in ways that no adult should. Before anyone thinks that these were just random moments, the Netflix doc actually featured one of the former squad members, Clementine Leah Spicer, talking about why she left. She was only 13 at the time, and what Tiffany tried to push on her shows exactly how far things went behind the scenes.
My mom and I felt pressured and uncomfortable by Piper's team to do some of the things. For example, they tried to put me in a love triangle with a boy I didn't know, and I was gonna be that girl that has to fight over a boy with another girl, and it was just gonna be a competition to be with a boy, and it was just like really dumb. And I'm only 13. I don't think I should fake a relationship this early. Like, who wants to go through that?
These weren't one-offs. This was Tiffany's blueprint. Stage fake teen drama, exploit Piper's image, and keep the millions flowing. And this wasn't just about shock value. This was Tiffany's entire playbook, making Piper the face of staged teen drama, risky thumbnails, and crush content, all while building an audience Tiffany could cash in on the second Piper was legal. That's why now, at 17, fans think Tiffany is just counting down the days. One viral comment said it best: Piper turns 18 next month, and mark my words, there will most likely be a link the same day or a day after. And when you see where Tiffany already has Piper posting on platforms like Brand Army, basically OF without nudity, and teaming up with Bop House creators, it doesn't sound so far-fetched. To see what we're talking about, here is a quick look at one of those collabs that's been circulating online. And as bad as that sounds, what Tiffany and Hunter did during squad filming made things even darker because they weren't just exploiting the squad members, they were breaking them down for views. If Tiffany's creepy Lenny the dead cat alter ego sounded bad, hearing how it was used is worse. Ex-squad members said Tiffany would use Lenny, this mocking, cartoonish voice, to humiliate the kids during filming. She would make adult-leaning jokes, tear down their looks, and turn their insecurities into funny moments for the channel. This is what ex-squad members were talking about. Tiffany using her Lenny voice to embarrass the kids while Hunter keeps rolling.
She said in Lenny's voice, Tiffany said in Lenny's voice, she said, "Wait, Reese, don't go." And I was like, I'm getting out of here. Like, I want to leave. I want to get out. And she grabbed me, I don't know, by my waist or like my legs or like my throat or whatever, I don't remember. But she grabbed me. So I ran to her bathroom. I locked myself in there. And I was just sitting there. And then she said, Tiffany said in Lenny's voice, "Reese, I have my pants down. Do you want to come look?" And I said no.
And who was always there recording it, laughing along, and leaving those moments in the edits because they boosted engagement? Hunter. He never stepped in to stop Tiffany. He didn't cut those moments from the videos. He let it all play out like it was normal. And Piper, even as Tiffany's own daughter, wasn't spared. She got mocked and humiliated in front of her friends, treated like just another prop for content instead of as a person. Here's one example that viewers still bring up because you can literally see how uncomfortable she looks.
Piper, are you almost ready? It's 4:45.
No, okay.
What are you doing?
Trying my setting straight. And you wipe the stuff off my arm?
You're a mess.
And the control didn't stop when the cameras turned off because what Tiffany and Hunter did to keep Piper locked into the system was even darker. Former squad members said Piper often cried off camera, begging to stop filming. But whenever she tried to slow down, Tiffany and Hunter made it clear quitting was not an option. Some said Tiffany threatened to cut Piper off financially if she slowed down, while Hunter warned she would be replaced by another squad star at any moment. Others said that Piper was forced to stay in content houses even when she didn't want to, just to keep Tiffany's empire running. She was cut off from her old friends, surrounded only by squad members who were just as dependent on Tiffany and Hunter for their careers. Ex-squad members like Sophie, Fergi have talked about how when they were actually real friends with Piper before all of this started getting dark. So when they say these things really happened, it's not just coming from random outsiders. It's from people who knew her before the exploitation started. Here's a moment from an interview where Sophie talks about how genuine their friendship was even before she was ever on camera.
So were you and Piper true friends off camera?
Yes, like I would say like we were very locked in. Like I honestly didn't care to be in videos. Like that wasn't like my thing.
Yeah.
But like the first video I did, she actually asked me to be in the video. And I was like, okay, like I wasn't really into it. Like you can watch the first video, I'm shy.
And it's not just what the squad members are saying now. Fans have been digging through Piper's old vlogs, and when you really look at some of those clips, it's hard to ignore how exhausted she seems. In video after video, even the ones that were supposed to be fun, Piper looks completely drained. Like she's just going through the motions because she has to, not because she wants to.
I'm sorry, yeah. I'm still thinking about that first thing someone said.
And that's where the whispers about what really happened between Piper and Hunter start to make sense. Because his sudden disappearance from her channel, fans say it's not just a coincidence. And here's what makes people furious. The parents weren't clueless. Even if they weren't on set every day, they saw enough. And here's one moment where a couple of squad moms explain just how powerless they felt and how horrified they were watching all of this happen to their kids.
We didn't know a lot of the things that were going on. We weren't allowed to be there.
These two former squad moms say they're really upset.
I'm mortified by what she's done to other children.
And still, they didn't pull their kids out. Why? Because those squad videos were pulling in millions. The checks were clearing. And the fans, they are not holding back. One comment under the doc literally says, anyone under 18 shouldn't even be allowed to be influencers. These parents need to be jailed. Totally inappropriate. And honestly, they are not wrong. But Piper didn't even have parents on her side. Tiffany was the one running the machine. Hunter was the one enforcing it. And with no one to protect her, Piper became the one kid who couldn't leave, even as everyone else slowly found their way out. And even now, with all of this out in the open, Piper still won't turn on Tiffany, which fans say proves this isn't just loyalty. It's something deeper and way more complicated. And get this, Piper literally told Rolling Stone the other kids are stretching the truth and then straight up admits she's scared they might take Tiffany away. Y'all, that is not loyalty. That is someone who doesn't even feel safe speaking honestly. Fans don't see it as loyalty. They see it as trauma bonding. When your abuser is also your caretaker, your paycheck, and your only family, you don't just stay silent. You defend them, because losing them feels even scarier than the itself. Piper is still only 17. If Tiffany goes down, Piper doesn't just lose her mom. She loses her brand, her income, and the only life she's ever known. So even as the walls close in, she is standing by Tiffany, not because nothing happened, but because she doesn't know who she is without her. Either way, the countdown is on, and if Piper finally breaks, it's not just Tiffany's empire that burns. Everyone who let this slide goes down with her.